On this episode of Planet Where the Sun Don't Shine, Primula polyanthus Paris 90. Hey, welcome to Plant It Where the Sun Don't Shine, a podcast for people looking for plant ideas that work well in shadier spots of the garden without relying on the much overused hosta. Do I hate hostas? No, not really, but I do like lots of other shade-loving plants and want to share some of them with you so you don't have to just rely on hostas when you're gardening in shadier locations. I'm Dr. Dennis. These are some of my favorites that you can plant where the sun don't shine. Okay, welcome back. This is episode 8, and it is focused on a primrose, of which I am very fond. It's called Primula polyanthus Paris 90. Once I describe the flower to you, hopefully it will become your new favorite. And I will say that it is difficult for me to choose a single Primula as my favorite, but I will probably share a number of different Primula over the course of this podcast. On future episodes, you will hear me talk about other Primula. This one is hardy zones roughly 4 to 8. It blooms for me here in zone 6A mid to late May. It has evergreen foliage, which makes it very cool if you're in a place that doesn't get very much snow during the winters. It does give you that interesting plant structure and color in the garden, even though it's those rough, long days through the winter when we're not actively out in the garden. For me, in Zone 6A, I do get snow, so it does disappear for me. But when that snow melts, there it is, ready to go, and then starts up in the spring. It grows roughly, I would say, 6 to 10 inches. So the flower little spike comes above, just above the greens. But yeah, roughly 6 to 8, 6 to 10 inches. I've grown it in both part shade and full shade, and it's done very well in both locations. So I would encourage you to try it out if you've got a spot in your garden that is either of those two situations. You might even be able to push it and put it into some lighter areas, but of course that's not the focus of Plants It Where the Sun Don't Shine. We're looking at shade gardens. So I would say, yeah, we do well in either. Uh, Primula is a large group of plants. And this one, being polyanthus or polyanthus cross, originates in Europe, but there are Primula that come from Asia and from the Americas. So just to say that this is a large group and I'm very fond of them, and I will probably talk about more in the future. I came across Primula polyanthus Paris 90, lots of P's. Um, I came across it in the seed sale that the American Primrose Society has annually. And it was one of those ones I think I just must have said, hey, that looks kind of cool. I'll try it out. And sure enough, it grew for me. It's a great way to increase the diversity that you may need or want in your garden by joining garden clubs and garden societies, even if not in your own country. Um, Becoming a member and then accessing seeds of plants that you just might not see in your local garden center or uh, nursery. So that's what I've done over the years, and I wasn't even very fond of growing things from seed originally. I much rather get divisions or cuttings, but it was my partner Ian who was kind of keen on this early in our gardening years, and I just sort of picked it up as a result of that. And because for the price, you can't beat usually growing things from seed because you just get so much more for the same price that you would pay for a single plant oftentimes. Okay, now for the flower. So why is this one so unique and cool other than the fact it has evergreen leaves and all of the other things? Well, it has a deep yellow, sort of like an egg yolk yellow center to its flower. Then it pales out to basically white, and then a band of light purple towards the edge of the petal, and then each petal is lined in this dark purple lining. So it has this really cool contrast of yellow to purple. And for me, I think it looks really interesting and very cool. So if you're looking for a unique Primula to plant it where the sun don't shine, I would encourage you to look at Primula polyanthus Paris 90. Thanks for listening. Thanks also goes to Sherry Donegan, Jonathan Scott, and of course Ian Jefferson for brainstorming podcast name ideas with me. Credit goes to Sherry on that one. If you have thoughts or ideas you'd like to share, please email me at plantitwherethesundon'tshine@gmail.com. That's one word without the apostrophe. You can also follow the show on Instagram at plantitwherethesundon'tshine with Dr. Dennis. Hosting is provided by Spotify for podcasters. Until next time, thanks for listening. Go plant it where the sun don't shine.